Greetings, geeks. I am Rob Commander Taco Maldo, and welcome to transmission number 655 of Geeks in Space. Joining me today in Pretend Low Earth Orbit are a pair of the greatest geeks you're ever going to make believe. Let's talk to Chris DeBona.
Hello.
And Rob Roseboom.
You know, it's really kind of you to introduce us as great geeks.
You're great.
Go ahead,
geeks.
Rob.
No, that's okay. You can say hi for me.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Hi.
You see, then the podcaster audience, both of them know who you are.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
And I wouldn't,
a huge audience.
honestly, I wouldn't call you a great geek, except that I've already used the letter G like 8 times in the introduction, and I just like more G's.
Yeah.
That's very alliterative.
I am often referred to as both illiterate and alliterate.
And gregarious.
Ooh.
That's another G word.
I guess I could like mix it up. You could be groovy geeks, grotesque geeks.
What if we were
Well,
gorgeous?
I'm trying to be a little less grotesque, you know.
Mm.
So.
Yeah. Grandiose. That's a good one. All right, folks. The first one that we have up on the list, actually, it's both terrifying and hysterical because it represents the new world order that we live in. A Zoom court hearing got postponed because they used geo-targeting to discover that the accuser was in the same location as the witness, and they actually sent cops to the location.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
That's an old one that happened a while
is this
ago.
the one with the child, the spousal abuse case?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I hadn't read it
March
before.
5th, 2021.
Dupe.
March 5th, 2021.
All right, I'm sorry
But
I
I mean,
failed you.
so you know what? Let's take a moment. Don't apologize. What you're doing is you're shining a light on the market increase of domestic violence during the COVID lockdowns, when women, often subjugated under the hands of these horrible people, were given less and less options for getting away from their abusive spouses or significant others. So you're doing a good job,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Malda, in
That's good
shining a
rationale.
light on this horrible occurrence. I mean, because it's terrible, right? And I love that this is the Sturgis Journal. So this is in North Dakota, where women are barely people. And so, like,
I
you
mean,
know,
it's
that
not
they're like,
Texas.
it's not Texas, but North Dakota. So anyways, but I think this is a really good outcome. I hope that she's alive and well and thriving. So that's my question. What's going on?
Yeah, what's the update?
What's the update? So
Ugh.
I'll look this up.
All right. Well, while you
Although
do that,
they probably wouldn't put out her. Oh,
yeah.
they put her name out.
I
It's domestic
assume
abuse.
He was just.
Let's not. It doesn't
I
need to
assume
be
he
a
was
thing.
just arrested
Yeah,
for being where he wasn't supposed to.
I'm guessing he doesn't get his bond back.
Well, she has a GoFundMe for relocation. Let's see. Okay. Got a little bit of money. That's nice.
Well, we got a couple of private space mission stories. The next, I'm actually kind of amazed at. There's 2 crewed flights going up. One scheduled for like September 15, and one scheduled for like October 31. But the next one is supposed to be all private, going up on a SpaceX.
Yeah, this is the SpaceX 4 or whatever.
Yeah, it kind of slipped my mind. I haven't been paying a lot of attention to it in the last few weeks. It's like, oh, that's like 2 weeks away. It's almost here.
Are they going to do any orbits?
Yeah,
Let's see.
that one's I think 3 days.
Wow, that's cool. 3-day Inspiration 4 flight on the Crew Dragon Resilient spacecraft, designed to be fully automated.
So how long before you think the Russians will claim that one of these companies did a drive-by and you know,
They already did.
ruin part of their station?
Cracking it from the outside. They came at us with drills.
So they put a cupola on Dragon, huh?
I don't know if that one is actually going. If this flight gets the cupola, I know it's coming, but
It says it's set to fly with a 3-day Inspiration 4 mission.
Cool. They were, because I think that's where the toilet is too, which I think is kind of extraordinary.
Well, that's a good view for when you're taking a space poop.
The greatest dump in the galaxy.
Wow. That's pretty interesting.
Yep.
And it's kind of like a community college, you know. You have the super white guy, the sort of not white guy, the gal, and the not white gal. It's good, you know.
It looks like the casting
know
of a
how to-
CW show.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they're attractive and they're cool spacesuits, you know. Oh yeah.
I like
great.
they're going to be out there long enough that they're actually going to do some. They're apparently going to actually do some science, so that's cool.
Well, it looks like these are not paid for things.
Well, I think
no,
two of the guys paid for the
got their
trip.
thing through a lottery.
Like they're gonna make one of those potato clock things, you know?
Yeah, or you know, a lemon
Or
battery.
a vinegar baking soda volcano, maybe.
For sure.
Can you imagine the inside of the Cupola filled with like that foam?
Guys, the Houston, we have a problem.
We were doing science, and things got messy.
Well, what were you doing? Were you synthesizing new bio reactors?
No, we
yes,
were dissecting
exactly.
owl pellets.
We were dissecting. Well, it turns out Simborski brought up some lady fingers from the local fireworks shop, and it didn't work out. Let's just say it didn't work out.
The M80s were fine, but once we got
We told
any
them
bigger,
snakes only. And what I'm trying to say with this is, what science are they gonna do?
right?
Can we stop with the fake science talk?
I hope they have sparklers. They should bring up sparklers and see what sparklers do in zero G.
The whole thing would explode.
It'd be so cool.
No, it wouldn't be. It'd be.
Well, the other,
They're not doing science.
I mean,
you know.
I mean, they're doing to the podcast listener, air quotes, science. I suspect. So the other story that was related to this,
you know what they are? They're human test subjects. They're Leica, but in human form.
We're testing what happens when you send a billionaire to space.
Yeah, exactly.
We only have like one data point on that so far. So speaking of billionaires in space, Virgin Galactic is grounded now for a while because apparently their trajectory was way off, and apparently their pilots just were like, "F it, we're doing it anyway." And there's
that's the we play fast and loose with safety crew, and so they're grounded.
Maybe not with people on, not cool.
Yeah, not cool. But they did it when everyone was on the ship, right? And everyone's like, now we know what that red light meant.
Oh, yeah. That light was totally fine.
I'm picturing, like a room at the FAA with like some NASA dude next door, and they're watching this going, oh, this is okay. This guy.
Red light.
and the FAA guy goes to the NASA guy, what's the red light mean? He's like,
shut up, Steve.
Red lights are never good, Steve.
Richard said it's fine.
Well, it ain't festive.
Well, they're really busy doing science. That's what the red light means. That science has gotten done.
Richard was up there testing for customer experience.
Oh, for God's sake. That's not science.
So there's another one up that just made me laugh. So the Swedish government jailed a drug dealer. And he had a $100,000 fine that he was expected to pay in Bitcoin. Right. And so I guess they seized his Bitcoin, and then they had to give it back to him after his sentence was over. Or they're trying to get it back now because now it has gone up in value so it's now worth $1.5 million. And they're like, dude, you kept $1.5 million, and his bond was only $100,000, and they had to pay him back.
So he gave them Bitcoin. They converted it to cash for his $100,000 bond, and then somehow they're under an obligation to convert it back to Bitcoin.
Yep.
That sounds like some bullshit. Right?
Yeah, there's something going on there, but I just think it's funny.
Oh, they just seized all his Bitcoin. They didn't convert it into money.
They took his stuff.
So they're just returning that which they seized.
Yes.
Oh, that's
and it just is worth more money now. A lot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, worth more Faco internet money.
So the drug dealer he diamond hodled.
He diamond hodled to the moon.
He diamond hodled in a jail cell.
And this is a Swedish jail, so it's basically a Best Western with like a really nice workout room.
Right. We should all be so lucky. We should all be so lucky. Paramount has announced that they are going to delay both Top Gun and Mission Impossible 7. That's big.
Yeah, I think this is just they're like it's not good enough yet. It's just not good enough. I think No Time to Die is going to do terrible. Shang-Chi is going to do terrible.
When is it going to be good enough in the near future? I don't think it's going to be good enough in the near future.
No Time to Die delayed by a year and a quarter. Right.
So Fast and the Furious 9 already delayed by a year. I mean,
yeah. How much did they end up making?
They
Fascinating
they
period of time.
underperformed domestically, but they did relatively okay internationally. I think it was like 700 total. I'm totally guessing now.
And they probably would have made a lot more.
Oh, for sure.
But in some ways, they opened just in that window when everyone's like,
Yeah.
everything's fine. Delta variant. You know,
Right, like the same window between like Black Widow and Suicide Squad. Like Black Widow, people are like, yeah, things are probably okay. Suicide Squad, people are like, and now Shang-Chi is coming out today, and
it's gonna be grim.
Oh no, it's gonna be a thing,
super
man.
grim. But there is a movie coming up that is clearly going to be the most important movie in the history of movies.
Right. It's always nice when Mr. Roland Emmerich gets another bite at the apple.
Well, what's funny about it is, so from 42 seconds through the end of the trailer, it's literally just explosions.
The trailer is Moonfall.
Boom, 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 boom. And it's classic. I mean, they could be just using outtakes from 2012 or
Independence
from any
Day.
movie. Yeah. You have space shuttles somehow that they brought out of retirement.
Yep.
As
you do.
Halle Berry that they've, somehow taken out of retirement. Yeah.
No, Halle Berry's going to save the Earth.
What I was unclear of is it looks like there's aliens.
Yeah, it looks like there's aliens and like nano smoke monsters,
right.
and a couple of like Chinese people, so you can get the Chinese sales, And
they're pushing the moon to the Earth using big rocks.
Yeah, see, there's the nano smoke monsters.
Monster, yeah. Oh,
and it's destroying some monsters. Look at this space station; it's enormous. Is that the alien space station, or is that like some like Earth space station? That's probably inside the moon. I bet you the moon's hollow.
Oh, the hollow moon theory.
The hollow moon theory. That's what this is, because they love their dumb internet theories. So, and it's got Donald Sutherland, and you know who he's playing?
Is he playing the father of Kiefer?
No, he's the moon.
Is he the moon?
He's the moon.
Oh, good.
I'm convinced
Awesome.
that's his role.
I like that.
So,
it's weird that we both said that at the same time, though. It worries me a little bit.
Well, there are only two options.
And starring legendary actor Donald Sutherland as the moon.
So F9 made 704 total, but only 172 domestic.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy thing. I don't even know what it is. Something called Hi Mom made 822. So that must be a Chinese release, maybe.
What the hell is Hi Mom?
I don't know.
It's a stoner movie.
Nope.
No.
It's a China movie. It made it made all of its money in Hong Kong. Oh, in Australia. Oh no, I have to watch this movie. A woman travels back in time to befriend her own mother in an attempt to make her life better. I have to watch this movie now.
That's nice. She's got mom issues. She decides to address them in real time. I think this is a fantastic story.
I didn't even know about this, but
it's like Hard Boiled, but with time travel and mom love.
Time traveling mom love. I think that's a whole channel on Pornhub.
It's a little bit like Back to the Future, just without a DeLorean.
Exactly. It's like Moonfall, but without Donald Sutherland.
without Donald Sutherland as the moon.
The moon.
All right, well, there's a trailer for Doom Patrol Season 3, which is...
You want to walk us through this?
I mean, there's nothing that needs to be walked through, but, I mean, I friggin' love this show, and it's filled with weird stuff, and they're going to have the Brotherhood of Evil and the Dada, the Sisterhood of Dada. I mean, like... That's it's all.
It's kind of cool that they're doing Brotherhood of Evil. I like that.
Yeah, they could have some fun with this. But Doom Patrol is, like I said, for me that was one of the first pop culture like shits from COVID, because they like had to rework the last 2 or 3 episodes of the second season, and that season was on track to be so amazing, and then the wheels just fell off. And you're like, oh no, this is what all of pop culture is going to be like until it's over. And now here we are with no Mission Impossible movies and no whatever.
Can you tell me what the name of this character is in Doom Patrol? You know,
she's new this season.
She's a neat actor though. She's in a ton of really interesting roles. You know,
I don't know
both genre and non-genre. Gosh, I need to figure.
Is she the Sisterhood of Dada head? I can't remember her.
I'd imagine she is.
I think she's just some time traveler, because they're fighting the Sisterhood of Dada as well.
Doom Patrol Season 3, Episode 1.
At least that's what it looked like from the trailer.
Right. So I did put up another video, which is actually really worth a watch if you guys are interested in, corruption and scandal or whatever in the
Who
video
isn't
game.
interested in
Oh yeah,
corruption and
the
scandal?
video game collectors market. Who shared this? Somebody shared this from the channel.
Do
It
you
was
remember when we
Christopher.
talked about this sale?
We did.
And what did I say?
You probably said it was a scam.
I said this is probably some dumb scam using internet money.
It's actually much worse.
Because people use normal art with normal cash laundering all the time.
So that may be true, but this video is actually really interesting because he talks about the video game grading services, and he talks about heritage auctions. And it turns out that in the last few years, there has been a somewhat depressing amount of overlap between people who work in these two facilities. And then he starts throwing a little bit wider net, and it turns out that people involved with this are also involved with with a collectible coin bubble in the 80s, which had an exact same thing where the grading services were in cahoots with the auction services. And in this particular case, it seems very plausible that they're basically just listing their own items, buying them themselves, and then creating a history of a market in order to drive up the perceived value of these items by just buying their own stuff. And they're not like publishing any data on how many games are actually being graded by these services. Like there's just a list of it's a really cool video because like half of these things are like, yeah, that's slimy, but that's just business. And then the other half of it is like, oh, you are probably doing something seriously wrong. And then there's a dude who like got busted in the 80s for doing basically the same thing.
So basically what you're saying is they watch what was happening in the financial markets. They said, how can we apply this to other collectibles that aren't commodities or stocks?
I think it's even worse than that. I think it's that a guy got busted
doing it. I think it's
doing
exactly the same.
No, I think a guy got busted for doing this in the 80s with coins, and now he's just doing it again.
Well, sure, but I mean, he was watching the rating agencies giving bullshit ratings to all kinds of securities.
Sure.
And he's like, I can do this with anything. You know what? This is the single rarest Mint A triple plus Mitsubishi heat pump remote that has ever existed. It was built by.
It's not unwrapped in box. I don't want it.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right here. This is my collection of wall anchors, still wrapped up in. Still never been opened.
Mint in box. Rated 9.8. So anyway, that video is really worth a watch.
I'm gonna watch it. Thank you
YouTuber
so much.
who did it is a guy named Carl Jobst, and I find his catchphrase to be the most annoying thing that you'll ever hear. But he has done a ton of really, really interesting videos. He basically goes through and explains how people cheat at speedruns. That's like one of his main things, and it's actually really interesting. He's like a speedrunner himself. And he goes through and he's like, here's how this guy cheated at speedrunning. So it's kind of like, King of Kong kind of stuff, but in the modern era. He probably talks about Billy Mitchell, Steve Wiebe.
Yeah, so what's his catchphrase?
I don't even want to say it, but you'll hear it when you get there, and it'll make you cringe. If you
say it, I'm going to unsubscribe. Go ahead.
He greets everybody by saying that he says, greetings, you absolute legends. And it just makes me like,
there's worse.
I know.
It's like Anton with his greetings, wonderful people.
Greetings,
and every other channel's, hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. Like and subscribe. Hey guys.
Anyway, that YouTuber is actually an enjoyable thing to watch, especially if you recognize any of the video games and are interested in people cheating at video games. Did you know that Ted Lasso referenced King of Kong on last week's episode, and it made me giggle so much. They referenced they referred to them as Billy Mitchell and Steve Wiebe, and I am dying, and everybody else in the room is just like, what?
So the thing I wanted to tell you about Michelle Gomez, who plays the Sisterhood of Dada, is she was also on Green Wing, which we have spoken about before on the show. Green Wing was like the Proto Scrubs. Michelle Gomez. It was like the Proto Scrubs hospital comedy out of the channel BBC4 or whatever, I4, and it was the prototype for like almost an entire like 10 years of comedies in American television. So it's totally worth watching. It's hilarious. You'll watch it and be like, wait, this is where Scrubs came from. This is where everything came from. So
she was on 15 episodes of Doctor Who. That's why I know who she is.
She was on Doctor Who.
Yeah.
She was on
a couple episodes of Gotham.
You know?
Oh, she was also in Sabrina.
Yeah.
She was a main character in that.
Yeah, she was the mean witchy lady. You know,
she's Madame Rouge.
Madame Rouge.
That's her character's name in Doom Patrol.
Yeah. So yeah, she's like, I think she's that go-to, like, we need somebody who can exude evil on demand. And she's like, oh, absolutely. I'll have ichor coming out of my ears for you. She's
like Catherine Hahn now.
Catherine Hahn. Yeah, but she's older than Catherine
Oh,
Hahn.
okay. So James Webb, ready to launch?
James Webb. Getting closer.
Getting closer. What's the official date?
Let's see now. Oh, this thing's gonna blow up on the pad.
You think? It doesn't say.
Soon. I don't know.
This article doesn't
final
say.
Test, and they're preparing it for transportation on the pirate ships of
Yarg.
Guyana. So, boy.
I
don't know, man.
I thought it was like October.
I'm just filled with ominous portents and omens of this one. You know.
Right. Yeah. Apple is going to delay their spyware deployment for iOS 15.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
The one for the child abuse imagery and stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Well, would they give a reason, or they're just like they made something up?
Well, the link that I shared to you is from the Wall Street Journal. So
Where did you share it in the channel?
It's in the Zone, but I can't read the article because it's the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, okay. I think I can read Wall Street Journal.
But
I don't see it. But here, I'll imagine it. So you have the masthead of the Wall Street Journal and a little thing from like Kara Swisher saying, Apple has caved.
Oh, wait, stop.
And Ashton Kutcher is upset.
No, stop. That's how far you get. And then it's a giant thing that says subscribe.
Don't forget to pay us.
Yeah.
And then you can just read about it on The Verge or something.
Yeah, right. Because one person at Vice has a subscription and then just rewrites it. I guess not.
Well, I mean,
not
that's the thing about news. As you know, people care about the headlines. They rarely follow through to the main article. I mean, what else do you need to know than Apple caved?
Well, that's the big scam of all of these things, right? You put the meat behind the paywall, but nobody cares about the meat. They care about
nobody cares about the meat. So they want the gristle.
So you have to make the headline, make you click, trick you to click on, and it's almost like everything sucks.
I just saw Roseboom do this. Yeah. And I want to hear his thoughts on this weighty matter of headline to meat.
You saw me cough.
Well, before that,
he has no feelings on this.
We talk over you all the time, Roseboom. So I'm going to mute.
I mean, he is muted.
I know. We should talk about
now that Chris is muted, I got some things I got to get off my chest. So the thing about Debona, I mean, that is what it is. We've made news a business, and people have figured out how to best cash in on that business, and the way to do that is often shitty. So I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
Yay.
As long as we've decided that news is not a common good, that we can and should monetize it, we are going to have this problem.
Yeah. So it's funny because one of the state organs is actually Al Jazeera. It's propped up by the Qatari government, you know, and they've been doing some reporting from Afghanistan that has been pretty good.
I've known a number of people who've worked at Al Jazeera over the years, and there is some competent, qualified people going through that organization.
Yeah, they had a story about Afghanistan that was basically, it was interviewing the Taliban. They're like, the Americans left us only broken things.
That story was awesome.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it turns out, we left them, like hundreds of tanks and helicopters and planes, but none of them work.
They don't work. They gave us crappy. Where can we return these helicopters?
Yep. I didn't put it onto the zone, but
Okay.
if
Wait,
you guys
what do you
are
got?
if you guys are just want to laugh, I put into general the junk ball transmission for the marshmallow dispenser.
Wasn't that good?
Ah,
Wasn't that satisfying and weird and dumb?
junk ball makes me happy. That's my happy place.
Yeah, I felt that was so. What it is, you should tell the world what it is.
Well-
or Rosemoon should. We should mute. Let's mute.
I don't think Rob watched that video.
I didn't. I do not find it delightful. But if you want me to talk about something, I'll talk about the feds investigating McDonald's shake machines.
Do it.
That's what I'll do. Since we talked about last year, I think, the guy who made the app where you could tell if your McDonald's shake machine was working or not, it's become enough of an issue that the FTC now is investigating why McDonald's can't keep their shake machines running. And McDonald's so far statement was, they're just really complicated.
Okay,
So there we go.
I'm going to be this is making me sound like a Republican. I don't know who the FTC fucking thinks they are interfering with the operations of a private business's shake machine. If they were distributing listeria or some horrible disease via the shake machines and the FDA wanted to get involved, okay, I'm good. If they were producing weapons-grade plutonium and the Nuclear Emergency Task Force wants to get involved, okay. What the hell is the FTC doing, wasting its effing time on such a minor, stupid thing outside of their remit?
Right?
It is outrageous. They should be concentrating on the real effing scams.
Right, the
going
monopolies
you know,
out there that are controlling our thoughts and minds.
Well,
Yeah.
they are working on that. I'm talking about like all of the dumb scams. There's so many scams in the United States, and they worry about a freaking shake machine. These idiots need to be like run outside on a rail, right? And let the competent bureaucrats take over. The people who are going to care about, you know, the front running in apps like Robinhood or the scams throughout like the cryptocurrency world, right? It's like care about things that the citizens are actually getting ripped off doing. All the real estate scams, all the mortgage scams. I mean, what the hell are they doing wasting time on a fucking Frosty machine?
So I don't have quite the outrage over it that Chris does.
I was like, what the fuck?
I'm in his camp too. I wondered, first of all, by what basis are you investigating shake machines?
Right?
Like I had no idea that this was even something you could do. I'm still not sure it's something you could do. I think they just decided to try it and see what happens.
You know, there's some idiot at the FTC who's like, you know what's popular on the internet today? McDonald's shake machines. Let's get them. And it's like, what are you doing? Are you trying to get like some stolen valor from Reddit?
I mean, after this, I think they
It's
should open up some sort of investigation to figure out why I can never find a pair of socks after I put them in the dryer. We just start figuring that stuff out.
You know,
or
or why it is my dryer, which I've inexplicably put on the Wi-Fi, only says that I've done 17 loads of laundry, when in fact I've done something closer to 30. Like, it's as important to the operation of the country that number is inconsistent.
Like why people keep leaving an unusable amount of milk in the jug in the refrigerator at my home. You know?
So the FTC, I know what it is. FTC has become a bad 80s, you know, stand-up comedy open mic night.
Yeah.
They're like, what about these airline meals?
Because I'm not sure what you can do with a shot glass worth of milk.
Well, so Rob,
What? Am I going to make the smallest amount of yogurt?
I see now why Rob doesn't care, though. I just looked at his county, and in your county, Rob, all of the machines are working, but in my county, 2 are broken.
Yeah, and you know who he needs to thank for that? Some random ass dummy over at the FTC. Okay, Google, stop.
I hope that you just made Baloo's computer explode. Can I say, speaking of stupid pet peeves, I'm now officially really sick of when people do that in media.
I'm sorry if I just did that. I
No,
didn't mean
no,
to.
no, you didn't. I'm wearing headphones. But
Oh, I see.
yesterday or 2 days ago, I was watching a show, and as the gag, actually, I think it was a movie that you recommended, Save Yourselves.
Save yourselves. Yes.
There was a scene where they walk into the cabin and they immediately make demands of all 3 major smartphone devices, of which I happen to have 2 sitting in my office. And both of them did things. One of them turned my TV off.
Wow.
That I was watching this movie.
That's great.
Technology, man.
Technology.
That's right. All right. Do we have anything else on the list?
I don't.
All right.
Rob.
Rob. All right.
Nope, nothing.
Let's go do the important things that we have to do. I think I'm going to get a haircut. So everything's
I'm going to change the water in the hot tub.
Go fix the ice cream machine.
Well, I really think the FTC needs to come down and explain to all of us when our hot tub heaters are not moving as efficiently as they could. This is tens of cents from the average American household that's being spent that doesn't need to be spent.
I spent a lot of time stuck in traffic yesterday. That's probably something the FTC should get involved with.
Yeah,
it's outrageous.
Yes.
Well, what's trending on Reddit? They should focus on that.
Took me like 20 minutes to go 2 miles in downtown Jackson yesterday.
That's only 10. Like that's not very fast.
No,
you could walk.
It's construction season here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Nothing will work forever. Well, fare thee well, Rob Roseboom.
See ya.
And goodbye, Chris DeBona.
See ya.
I was Rob Commander Taco Malda. We'll see you Tuesday with some more news. Bye.